What's up fellas, it's Jackson here. Today I thought I'd throw together a little video of me working on the cruiser behind me. We got a couple little things to do. What do we got? We got some Stedi ARB Deluxe, well for the bull bar, ARB Deluxe bar, fog lights to go in. We got a roof light bar up there. See if we can zoom into it for you. That fella. I think that's like a 42 inch or something. He needs to be wired up. And then jumping on inside, I've also got a head unit. So that's the head unit there. I've got to rip that out, hook up camera feeds, hook up the SIM for it because it's got like its own 4G network thing. So I've got to hook up that for it. And then I've got to hook up the OBD2 and get all that working because it has OBD2 scanners and gauges on it, which is pretty cool. So get into that and get it all done. Let's get it. These fog light fellas shouldn't be too bad. Obviously you already have your fog light feed there for the when you turn your fog lights on. Obviously these ones have the outer halo ring, which is the DRL, daytime running light. So it will require either ignition feed, or you can obviously wire that to anything, so you can go park lights if you want. I will probably do an ignition feed for this one, just because I think it's a bit nicer having them come on without having to turn your park lights on. Probably also see the patrol behind me. That thing's been off the road for like 2 and a bit weeks now, trying to sort out a tray and whatnot for it, so that's currently getting a bit of TLC. See if we can't focus in. Yeah, so that's currently getting a fair bit of TLC. Just repainting some areas of rust, coil tower brace, new coils, new shocks. So yeah, that should be pretty nice once it's back on the road, which will be good. Alrighty fellas, so we've got the fog light out on the right hand side, about to take the left one out. Yeah, so I'll quickly show you, all out. On the floor here, about to fit up this new one into here, pop it back in, then do the wiring side of things. So yeah. So as we go, I'll give you a brief run through on how to do everything I'm doing. The fog lights, basically you got to start with taking your bash plates off. So you got 10mm bolts that run around the front here, and then 2 on the back which connect that little flare bit, and then I think it's like 13 or something connecting it to this chassis there. So take both of those off, then you get access in behind. Yeah. Alright, so diving in the engine bay of this big beast, as you can see there, this wire here runs up into this loom, which runs up and into this like little cover here, where your windshield wiper motor is. So that's basically where I grabbed my ignition feed. So the ignition wire I tapped into is 4mm, so I used a 4mm wire to tap into that and ran it all the way forward to the DRL. Did that on both sides, that way the circuit's all rated to the same cable, even though those DRLs will draw nothing at all. So yeah. Alrighty, so we got the fog lights in. Give you a quick look at them. Wired into an ignition feed, so the outer halo comes on whenever you turn the car on, basically, or onto ignition. That's pretty nifty. And then the fog lights come on with a switch as soon as you turn the headlights on, so that could be parkers, low, high. As soon as you turn one of them on, you can enable the fog lights to come on. All in all, they look pretty cool. I think the actual headlights need to be upgraded now to LEDs because they look a bit out of place, along with little parkers in the bull bar there. So we might look at doing that next. But time to jump into the head unit now. So I'm going to quickly... Righto, we're in the cruiser now. I'll quickly show you the head unit before I rip her out. Flip you around. This bad boy here. I'm not too sure exactly what head unit it is, I'll find out for you guys, but it's pretty cool. So you got all sorts of apps on here. You got heaps of Bluetooth apps. See if we can focus a bit better. Yeah, so you got heaps of Bluetooth apps, equalizer, Google Chrome. It has its own network once you put a SIM in it, but you got all your apps like Netflix, Play Store, all that sort of stuff. It comes with Hema Maps, which is pretty cool. And then you can download apps as well. So you got Spotify, Wikicamps there, YouTube, which is cool. Watch a bit of a video while you're driving down the highway. But one of the coolest ones is this fella here, which is a Talk app. Basically speaks to a OBD2 port, or it links to your OBD2 port. You put a little module in to your OBD2, which then talks to this unit here. And then you can get all sorts of stuff like your trouble codes and then your real-time data, which is nifty. So I've got to work on getting that going too. And then we got to also hook up. We got to hook up the factory reverse camera. We got to hook up the van reverse camera, and then I got to somehow figure out how to make these buttons work again on the steering wheel. So that's the goal for today. So we'll get into that here. Interior is one of those things that everyone hates to take apart. I hate it. Just because every time you take something apart it feels like it's progressively getting weaker, the clips are getting weaker, and then it doesn't fit back 100% how it should. Just because you take the clips off, sometimes they're weakened because they're plastic, they can fatigue, or sometimes they snap. Cruisers and like Nissans aren't too bad, but some cars out there like fucking Holdens, they're terrible. You take them apart once and there's no hope of putting them back together the same, just because the plastic's so brittle. But all this stuff's pretty forgiving, so we'll get into it. Alrighty, so we ripped the head unit out. If anyone wants to come over and lend me a hand, this wiring's pretty fucked up, so yeah, have a look. Bit going on here, to be honest. All sorts of shit everywhere that I've got to go through and sort, work out what's doing what. So here's the fun part of sorting through all this shit. Working out what we need, what we don't. Working out how to transfer shit over to the new head unit. So yeah,